Happy birthday, Valheim! The game celebrated the anniversary of reaching 1 year in early access, and the devs at Irongate are giving us some sneak peeks of things to come and looks behind the scenes at how some things have developed. Grimcore, artistic lead and one of the first devs at Irongate, shared quite a few pics on Twitter about the art of the game, and what a year it has been for them. Valheim exploded on the scene and has been showered with award nominations, even winning Game of the Year by PC Gamer, which is no small feat for an early access game, and I would say it's well deserved. It's definitely been my game of the year. They say in their development update news that they will be celebrating throughout the month of February and have some fun stuff planned for us, so we'll be keeping an eye out for that. And they're extending the sale price of Valheim, so if you have friends that you'd like to invite in to play with you, now is a good time. They highlighted the building contest winner by Zug Zug Life again and said that they'll be sharing more of the community's builds in the future. So if you post your builds on Twitter with the hashtag ValheimBotM, then you may be one of their favorite builds of the month. I think it's really cool that they're highlighting the creativity of the community this way, especially since builders are the largest segment of the community. Steam Deck is planned to launch in February, so you'll be able to play on the go. And a bit ago, Jay Smars shared the sneak peek of playing Valheim on a Steam Deck. Notice anything right here? Yep. Looks to me like that's a real live pause feature happening right there. I'm guessing this will only be in solo play, but will it be implemented for PC players also? It has been a pretty highly requested feature. They're putting final touches on the Mountains update with caves. Of course, it did hit a snag in testing and hasn't yet gone to public test branch yet, but the devs have stated multiple times lately that they've put a lot of focus on getting it ready, even spending a few days with everyone working on it at once, which was a rare joy for them. Many have wondered if Caves is going to be related to Cult of the Wolf, especially based on the runestones featured in this earlier teaser pic. Luma shared in a recent Playing with a Dev episode that these caves are kind of a part of the Cult of the Wolf stuff they had mentioned before.
I'm not entirely sure about Cult of the Wolf myself, but I think this will be like a major part of what that update would have been.
More cool pics to pique our interest. The first one with the hall, I think, definitely looks like it's going to have more chambers to explore, like a crypt rather than a troll cave, which is really what I'm kind of expecting based on little things they've said here and there. Some people noted that the walls seem to look better graphically than the stone walls we currently have. It's a possibility. We do know that they continue improving on things that are already in the game as well, just like having Christopher, the new animator, go back and improve some of the initial animations, like they did with the troll, and it also got a graphical update at the same time. And
He's redone a lot of animations as well, older animations. Basically, any animation that I've done, he's going to redo and make it better.
Everyone is hoping that these floor braziers and red drapes are something that we're going to get as build parts. Me too. But typically not everything you see in a crypt has also been available to build. This has been more common with the light sources in crypts though. Then too, some people are wondering if we'd be able to build in these caves. I wouldn't hold my breath on that one. The community manager, Lisa, told me that people used to be able to build in troll caves and crypts, and people just hid in there during raids and stuff instead of actually playing the game. So they ended up taking that ability out of the game. But they do know that it's a request from the community, and they're still open to ways of possibly incorporating something around that. But honestly, I personally think that would be something a bit farther down the line if it happens. Then we have this new view showing crystals on the wall. Probably a new way to get crystals for glass walls without the time-consuming task of beating down stone golems. But you'll still have to fight something in here, of course. They've shown us the pic before with a Fenring-looking mob seemingly standing on 2 feet like a man. Now, when I brighten this pic up, you can see the back end of what looks like a Fenring down on all fours. Regular Fenrings in here, Fenrings on steroids, Fenrings on all fours with the head of a sea serpent. We can't tell, but it's definitely going to be something trying to kill us. Fighting these things in close quarters is not something I'm really psyched about. I don't know. Do you think it'll be harder or easier to fight them in caves versus on the mountainside? Yep, they're still plugging away on Mistlands as well. They've nailed down the core concept and know what kind of inhabitants they want to have. The blog said this means we're now working on a bunch of new build pieces and enemies, as well as defining more of the new mechanics we will be introducing, though we'd like to keep those secret for a while longer. New mechanics? I know what you're thinking. Valheim rope, right? No, I seriously doubt it. We'll have to keep that campaign going. But Grimcore has mentioned that he's really excited about the technology that will be introduced in Mistlands. And since they're looking for purposeful pieces and magical powers, like what we have with the dragon tears for the artisan table, I would expect more mystical type things like that. They put a bug in our ear about moms coming with this concept art to give us a feel of where they're heading. Looking good, I do believe. Of course, we have nothing relative in this art to show if this is the size of a lox or the size of a gnat. One or swarms of them at a time, friendly or deadly. Grim did drop a tease in JPG's recent interview that although there will be no new creatures in the Mistlands to tame, that there might be something there that is tamed from the start. Say what? Could it be this little guy? Big guy? I don't know. But those cliffs that Devoid showed us do look pretty friggin' high. So maybe we could jump on the back of these guys for a little bit to ride to the top, or jump from one to the other to get up. I'd bet many gold coins that this is not going to be just a tame creature that we can hop on and fly anywhere we want, because this is Valheim and this is Mistlands. It's going to be tougher than anything we have in game so far. And Luma did also say that the Mistlands is going to be very different than the other biomes that we currently have in game. Intriguing for sure. And speaking of Grimcore sharing concept art, he's considering doing some vids or streams about how he makes stuff from concept to 3D model with commentary. So I'll keep an ear to the ground on that one for sure. We also got a behind the scenes peek into a work in progress that Jay Smars is doing related to, horizontal item stands. There is light at the end of the tunnel, fellow builders. We will actually be able to see where we are placing these things. This is the same developer that brought us armor stands. I told him that in my book, he has now officially been upgraded from cowboy to rockstar. Thanks for working on this. Subscribe to keep up on Valheim news. Happy gaming!